Okay, last class we discussed some of the problems which is based on the riveted joints. In this class also we will discuss some of the problems which is based on the riveted joints. So first let us understand the given problem. The problem is a triple riveted lap joint, zigzag type, okay, triple riveted lap joint zigzag type for a pressure vessel of 1.5 meter diameter, the maximum inside vessel is, okay, the maximum pressure, so here the maximum pressure of the vessel, okay, inside pressure is 1.5 MPa. The allowable stresses in tension, crushing, shear are 100, 125 and 75 MPa respectively. Okay, this is a given problem. Which is subjected to the riveted joints. So now let us note down the given data first. The data is di, the diameter of the rivet. Is, okay, the diameter of the rivet, this one, the diameter of the joint, this one, the pressure vessel is di, which is 1.5 meter, that is equal to 1500 mm, and pressure P suffix T, maximum pressure, that is 1.5 MPa, and also we have sigma theta is equal to 100 MPa, sigma C is equal to 125 MPa, the crushing stresses, and shear stresses tau is equal to 75 MPa. Okay, so here what we need to do, so we need to identify the type of joint and sketch from the design data handbook from the table number 13.14. This is a given data with respect to this given problem. Now let us identify the type of the sketch. The first point, type of joint and sketch. So from this, what we need to do, from table 13.14, type E joint, I will show you, is selected. Okay, from the design data handbook I will show you that table number 13.14. okay, now you can see here, okay, this is a design data handbook, the volume 1, Dr. K. Lingaya. This is a table number 13.14. okay, for here it is a triple riveted lap joint in a zigzag manner. Okay, for that what we need to do, you can see this is a figure, type E, this is the one we need to select in the design data handbook. Now you can see here we can find out the longitudinal pitch by using this, and also we can find out the transverse pitch, okay, and also we can find out the margin. The margin is 1.5 times of D, okay. So this is the brief how to take the how to identify the figure as well as the type of joint. The type of joint is a triple riveted lap joint. So for that, this is a figure we need to select from the design data handbook. Okay, it is a triple riveted lap joint. So for that we need to select a zigzag type. Okay, a zigzag type E we need to select. Okay, the type E joint we need to select from the design data handbook. Okay, next, so for that here we have, it is a triple riveted lap joint. So for this case, so here we need to know that I1 is equal to 3. It is a triple riveted, I1 is equal to 3, and always, so I2 is equal to 0. So with respect to this lap joint here, so with respect to this problem, I1 is equal to 3, okay, the number of rivets in one pitch line, so that is I1 is equal to 3 and I2 is equal to 0. Okay, Next, what we need to do, we need to find out the thickness. So this is a figure. Okay, this figure I have copied from the design data handbook. Okay, so from the table number 13.14. Okay, from table 13.14 in the design data handbook. Now I show you how to describe the remaining the procedure. Next, what we need to find out, we need to find out the thickness. I will show you how to find out the thickness, as we all know that equation which is available in the design data handbook, the equation number 13.14. Okay, sorry, 13.4. Okay, so here the thickness of main plate H is equal to, so P suffix T di divided by 2 neta sigma theta. Okay, 2 neta sigma theta. So for example, here for the triple riveted lap joint, okay, from the figure from the table 13.4, here we know that the pressure which is 1.5 MPa, we know di 1500 mm, and 2 into, we don't know the efficiency, we know the the tensile stresses, okay, which is available in the design data handbook. So here we need to find out the value for neta. Okay, so neta from table 13.4 for triple riveted lap joint, neta is equal to, we need to find out, I will show you how to find out that, okay, the neta value from the table 13.14 for the efficiency. I will show you that from the design data handbook 13.4. you can see here, this is the efficiency we can find out with respect to, this is the 13.4 for triple riveted lap joint. The efficiency, the range of the normal range, which is 72%. Okay, 72 to 80. So 72 to 80. Here what we need to select, we need to go for the minimum value. So 72% to 80%. So 72% to 80%. Here I will consider neta is equal to 72%. Okay, from the table number 13.4. If you substitute all the values into this equation, 1.5 into the di which is given in the problem 1500 mm divided by 2 into neta, so which is 72%, 0.72, okay, into sigma theta which is given in the problem, that is 100. Okay, so if you simplify this, h is equal to 15 mm. H is equal to 15 mm. Okay, next what we need to find out, we need to find out the value, okay, called the diameter of the rivette. Third parameter, the diameter of the rivette and rivette hole. Diameter of the rivette and rivette hole. Now you can see here d is equal to 6 root h to 6.3 root h. If you substitute the values into this equation, so that is 6 root h. So h we know 15 mm to 6.3 root h, 15. Okay, if you simplify that, the diameter will get 23.24 mm to 24.4 mm. 24.4 mm. So this is the diameter of the rivette. Okay, the diameter of the rivette. So what we need to do? Okay, what we need to do from the table? From the table, we need to make the standard diameter. So here the standard diameter okay, the standard diameter of the rivette is 24 mm. Standard diameter of the rivette is 24 mm. So we need to select the diameter of the rivette hole. The diameter standard dia of rivet hole is equal to 25 mm. Okay, so this value for all strength calculations we need to consider the diameter of the rivet hole. For all strength calculations we need to consider the diameter of the rivet hole. Okay, so this is about the given problem. Okay, the diameter of the rivet hole. Next, what we need to find out? We need to find out the pitch. Pitch we need to find out. So what is the equation? P is equal to 1.875 I2 plus I1 into pi d square tau divided by 4h sigma theta plus d. Okay, so this is the equation which is available in the design data handbook, that is 13.30. okay, 13.30. Now if you substitute all the values into this equation, now you can see here 1.875 into I2 0, okay, plus I1 3, which is as per the given problem. So pi into diameter d is equal to 25 mm, 25 square into 75, okay, the shear stresses divided by 4 into h 15 into sigma theta 100 plus 25. Okay, if you simplify that, we'll get 98.63 mm. This is the value of pitch. This is a value for pitch. Next, what we need to find out? We need to find out the pitch from the table 13.14. From table 13.14, from table 13.14 for type E joint, P is equal to 3.14 H plus 40. Okay, this is available in the table number 13.14. If you substitute that values, 3.14 into 15 H 15 plus 40, if we simplify this, P is equal to, we'll get 92 mm. Okay, 92 mm. So this is the lesser value. So here in the above two values, among above two values, we need to consider the lesser value. This value we need to consider. Okay, this value we need to consider. Next, what we need to find out? We need to find out the transverse pitch. Transverse pitch. How to find out the transverse pitch? Transverse pitch, I will show you that transverse pitch is nothing but a PT. PT from the table number 13.14, PT is equal to 0.33 P plus 0.67 D. If you substitute the values, 0.33 into P is nothing but a 92 plus 0.67 into 25, that is equal to 47.11 mm. 47.11 mm. So here what we need to do? We need to make it this value PT is equal to 47.11. So mm, which is equal to 47.5 mm. Okay, from the table, okay, 13.11. So for that, this we need to consider as a pitch. Okay, so here what we need to find out, one more parameter, which is the margin. The margin we need to find out. M is equal to 1.5 times of D, 1.5 times of D. So if you substitute that values, 1.5 into 25, so that is equal to 37.5 mm. That is the margin, 37.5 mm. Okay, next we have overlap. So overlap is equal to what is the equation? 2 into m plus pt. Okay, the transverse pitch. So 2 into 37.5 plus 47.5. So we will get overlap is equal to 170 mm. Overlap is equal to 170 mm. Okay, next what we need to find out, overlap is equal to 170 mm. Next what we need to find out, we need to find out the length of the shank. Okay, the length of the shank. How to find out the length of the shank? Length of the shank, length of the shank here for lap joint, that we know that for lap joint length of the joint, which is available in the design data handbook, for lap joint L is equal to 2h plus 1.5 d, 2h plus 1.5 d to 1.7 d. Okay, 1.5 d to 1.7 d. Okay, so this is equation which is available in the design data handbook. I will show you, okay, where we will get the equation. That is equation number, okay, 13.31c, equation number 13.31c, 13.31c, which is available in the design data handbook. Next, if you substitute all the values into this equation, length of the shank L is equal to 2 into 15 plus 1.5 into 25, that is equal to 67.5 mm, 67.5 mm. Next, very important, the perforated length, preferred length from table 13.13 for d is equal to 24 mm, d is equal to 24 mm, d is equal to 24 mm, d is equal to 24 mm. So for that we need to refer the value from the table 13.13. So length of the shank, I will show you how to take the value from the table number 13.13. So for diameter 24, L is equal to 71 mm. I will show you how to take that value. Okay, so here you can see the table number 13.13 from the design data handbook. Now you can see here from the table number 13.13 from the design data handbook, volume 1, Dr. K. Lingaya. Now you can see this is the table number 13.13. The diameter of the rivet is 24 you can see this is the diameter of the rivet is 24. The preferred length you can take it from 56 to 160. Okay, 56 to 160 you can take, but if we get what we will get, so from that, okay, the length of the shank is 67.5 mm, but here we have 63 and okay 63. After 63 what we have 71. Okay, after 63 we have the nearest value is 71. So for the diameter of the rivet, okay, you can see from this you can take. Now you can see the length of the shank is 61, sorry, the length of the shank is 71. How to take that value? Now you can see here, this is a diameter which is 24. Okay, this is the line. Okay, so you can see now as per the 13.31 equation 13.31, we determine the length of the shank. So we will get how much we will get. So we will get around 67.5. Now here we don't have 67.5 value. Here we have 63 and 71. So in between that we will get 67.5. So it is 67.5, which is the nearest value 71. Okay, so you can take like this. This is the value. Okay, we will get the 71. This is how we can measure the value from the table number 13.1. Okay, next what we need to determine? We need to determine the strength calculations. Strength of solid plate. Strength of the solid plate, we need to find out. How we can find out the strength of the solid plate? Now you can see that F theta is equal to PH sigma theta, which is available in the design data handbook. We know that P 92, we know that H 15, and we know the sigma theta which is given in the problem, that is 100. If we simplify that, 13800 newtons, 13800 newton. Next, what we need to find out? We need to find out the least strength. We need to find out the least strength. Least strength. Now I will show how to find out the least strength. We have equation which is subjected to for preferred plate, that is equal to P minus D into H sigma theta. Okay, so if you substitute that value, 92 minus 25 into 15 into 100, so we will get 10050 Newton, 500 Newton. This is the first case. Same way we need to determine the second case. So here we have one more case which is subjected to shear stress. So F tau is equal to 1.875 I2 plus I1 into pi d square divided by 4 into tau. If you substitute all the values into this equation, 1.875 into I2 0 plus I1 3, it's pi d square 25 square divided by 4 into what is the value for tau, which is given in the problem, 75. If you simplify that, F tau is equal to 110446.62 Newton, 110446.62 Newton. This is a value for the tau. This is a value for tau. Next, what we have, what we need to determine? We need to determine the third case. Okay, the crushing stresses. Okay, the strength which is subjected to crushing. So how to find out that? So FC is equal to I2H plus I1H2 DFC. Here if you substitute that values, so I2 0 into 15 plus, so here H is for lap joint, H is equal to H2, so 0 into 15 plus I1 is equal to 3 into 15 into 25 into FC 125. If you simplify that, FC is equal to 140625 Newton. So in these three cases, what is the least strength? Which one is the least strength? Least strength is 10 for preferred plate 1 0 which is subjected to tensile. So, least strength is equal to 100,500 Newton. So, from this we can find out the efficiency. Efficiency is equal to neta. Neta is equal to least strength divided by strength of solid plate, that is equal to 100,500 divided by the total, this one, the maximum strength of the solid plate. If you simplify this, we will get 0.7283. So, neta is equal to 72.83%, 72.83%. This is how we can determine the efficiency. So, this is the problem which is subjected to a triple riveted lap joint in a zigzag. Okay.